doesn't do bad things, and you can sell updates to actually whitelist this software.
Yeah. Well,
false alerts is not really. I mean, yeah, antivirus has the problem that false alarms are, normal. You install this software when you're a little paranoid, and you want to actually encourage that feeling of being paranoid. So yeah, you want these false alarms in it. So you know that you've chosen the right buying choice.
you bought the right thing, right?
Question from the audience we don't understand.
Right.
So,
Now, new areas of interest. The media branch it's being fucked over all the time, and everyone is complaining about newspapers dying because everybody is only clicking on the internet for the news, and we know the answer. The
magazine
journal
for data crimes.
Data crime, right?
And
And if you think about it, everything's possible. The journal for the data crime victim, with articles like these are the pictures which brought me to sending out my bank details,
or read the spam letter that brought me to send my money to Nigeria. Or
right. And the interesting thing is there is actually a niche for print, because all these important these dangerous data you can actually print out and sell them. And you know what? You can completely look at them in security because it's print.
So surf securely in the internet and buy this book.
Buy the book. Yeah. Or optionally as audiobook. And everything's possible. The magazine for the informed data criminalist, or it's called eBusiness 3.0.
The magazine for the data crime protection companies, and there's 6 or 7 possibilities for new magazines. So when the magazines go down, media goes down, there's still new possibilities.
Yeah, and you can buy licenses of these ideas. Yeah, well, we should have spotted these opportunities, but too late. Everybody's already opening the notebooks and registering domains. Well, too late. Anyway, what we can still find somewhere is the update of the e-lifestyle consultant. I think we had this ages ago. I think it was in 2003 that there will be a new
takeover
kind of job, the e-lifestyle consultant, and he's going to explain to people how they can optimize databases out there on the internet. And this was the reaction to our talks about how does profiling work. And I think the year before, the one before, we needed these for creating your Facebook profiles so that you look the best on Facebook. I mean, Photoshop, yes or no, that's not that important, right? We're sure it's existing nowadays, and we are progressing step after step. Yesterday we had a talk about how and if you should save your porn and where, and I think this will be the next step. You already what did one or the other female hacker say to her male hacker? I mean, come on, please clean up your room. What do you think? How would it look if they kick down your door tomorrow and everywhere where you have socks lying around? Well, because they are making these pictures as evidence. That's how it looks at the data criminalist below or under his bed. The picture drill.
Is it bad?
Well, you have to think one more step. We have the federal or the government e-searches, and you have to really consider what you have on your hard disk. And I would really make sure that your own hard disk doesn't look too harmless, because they will never stop searching then. So we think there's still a market niche for porn in pornography steganography.
Yeah, and we also have new sports, new kinds of sports. My favorite sports that has a feature is mixing data traces and doing that in real life. The inspiration for that was students in high school in America. They started to do something interesting with teachers they don't like. They took their license plates and with a correct font, they basically cloned them on glossy paper and put them on a car that looks differently. Sorry, that looks the same. They just got speed cammed. So they basically ran through speed cameras. And I really think that this idea has potential, because the amount of automated punishment systems is increasing. So it starts with speed cams, that's a classic, but you also have cameras on parking lots that look for suspicious behavior, and there's always people who get banned from malls, and there's a lot of potential in this kind of approach, I think. And if this leads to a mass movement, then these systems won't be usable anymore. So this is something I consider as sports.
Right. Strange reactions, strange actions. So suspicious activities will become the first order of the population, because that way crime will lose track below, or will sink below the threshold of the attention threshold.
And placing data traces for people who have earned them.
Who deserved it, who had it coming. How many problem
Problematic.
politicians do we have in this country? Do you know?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Interjection, 100%.
The audience suggests 100% problem
There's
politicians.
enough problematic politicians, so there is something possible, I think.
Yeah, we have bankers, bankers as well. And what we think as well, or additionally, which might prove lots and lots of fun in the future, is botnet hacking. I think there's some kind of profilation factor. I wrote a multi-layer triple AIS botnet. I cracked it. It had 400,000 clients. Cool, man. You did it. I mean, that's nothing, right?
Peanuts. Mine had 800,000. Interjection from the audience, response, you mean the being served thing?
Well, no risk, no fun, right? Well, whatever. That's for the hardcore people among today's kids. Yeah, something a bit less drastic, or a bit less risky, or whatever you name it. That's all the topics around cheating internet filters. I don't think that, I don't know, in 2 or 3 years any URL you're swapping on the playground is anything worse if you can't at least claim that it's blocked in Australia. And I mean, I think every marketing PR agency is already working on getting the company websites for children chocolate or something on the blacklist, because, hey, I mean, seriously, nobody would ever look at them if they're not blacklisted in Australia. Well,
And we can also talk about blinking lights. I mean, Frank has already mentioned it. We have, for a long time, waited for new technology. Like 5 years ago, we said, now we will have Zigbee soon, and with Zigbee we can basically let whole quarters in a city blink. People raise hands. How many of you don't know what it is?
Does anyone remember what Zigbee was, like 10% or so?
Then
Well, and then we hope that Zigbee only has to, I don't know, pass its half-life existence, but no, Zigbee is going down. So what we didn't try last year to realize at the Congress was the Oh right, it comes down when you're reading that a Polish student was blocking the complete
He basically was
translation. So what the idea which we come back to is what actually happens if we use a TVB gun connected to a huge infrared lamp and direct it as a housing area. What happens?
The next possibility.
During the, I don't know, for the next World Championship in football or whatever, just use it during the finals.
There's people in Germany who said that in Germany there would be a revolution if that happens, and I think we need to test this out and put this to test.
Okay, so this is, in my opinion, all these low-tech systems are completely are not being paid enough attention to. Well, there was a story in the student in Utah who went out and bought on some kind of auction for, I don't know, for drilling oil on or near to a public reserve area, and he bid for it, and he actually won some kind of auctions. So, and sometimes he was actually increasing prices like 500,000 or more than they actually expected to pay, and he was walking home with the idea, well, that's cool, there's still some amount for improvement. And right now he seems to have some kind of land around these areas, and they have to, before they can reassign these areas, they have to wait for like 3 months or so to see if he is able to pay, and so this is basically denial of service in real life.
Yeah, in this case they think about doing the auction.
Again,
They have
or
to
not.
rethink about it.
Right.
Too bad
Yeah.
that the UMTS licenses are gone already.
Damn shame the UMTS licenses have already gone.
Alright. For the UMTS licenses, they could have needed a certificate. Oh wait!
Oh wait, you need a certificate, right? We remember something. Oh, yeah.
E-government. That would be
Definitely.
a lot of fun.
Gonna be fun, definitely. Yeah, we already mentioned it a little bit. Most of the data nowadays is being lost on USB sticks in 2009. This will be becoming a huge problem. And I think Bruce Schneier, he said something like databases or data is the refuse problem of the information technology or the information systems. I think we had it on the news this year already when the iPhone, it was claimed that the iPhone is spying on the user because it's making screenshots, and well, only if you took a look at the fine print, it was mentioned there that the applications are doing this in order to load up their applications faster. And if you consider this, it's very, very difficult to make sure that as a user you can make sure that the data is not stored on the flash or completely wiped. So we ask an expert if it's feasible to request or maybe even suggest that we build small scale EMP devices for your pocket, which you can use for, I don't know, I mean, you know, last year we already mentioned that it's a bit difficult if I'm driving with a rented car, the navigational system, the computer knows where I've been. So, I mean, it might be feasible to use a pocket EMP, but turns out it doesn't, so we will probably go back to the blowtorch.
Technologies with which you can physically eliminate flash and that you can actually take through airport security, that's what we have to look for in 2009.
Yeah, that's worth everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like cold boot attacks. Has been very nice too.